Good morning. Testing. Good morning. I hope everything is clear and visible and audible. How are we doing, Preet? Okay. We have viewers? Okay, great. So let me get started. So first, thanks to everybody for coming in this morning, and hopefully we're going to have a nice day. We'll get a chance to see some of our friends that we haven't seen in quite a while. And I do want to remind everybody to please stay safe, especially be mindful of the 3 W's: wash your hands frequently, wear your mask, and watch your distance. Especially since we're on campus today, we should be very careful about when we eat and drink and remove our masks to make sure that we have plenty of social distancing and that we're washing our hands before and afterwards. We can and must make a safe learning environment and a safe workplace. We're off to a good start with the 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th graders. We've got to make this work, and it does require vigilance from our teachers and staff. Thank you. A belated happy Teachers' Day. It appears we have no sound. Is that right? Okay, we have a technical difficulty, but we will get it sorted. Check. Test 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me now? At the beginning, the main message was to stay safe, wash your hands, watch your distance, wear your mask, that we're off to a good start with the return to school. We can and must make this work. Can you hear me now? Not yet. Not really. Has to be louder. We should probably turn this fan off as well. It's okay? All right. So please, be safe. Today especially, let's be very vigilant. We're off to a good start, and it's extremely important that the teachers who are the role models are vigilant about washing your hands, keeping your social distance, being especially careful when we're eating and drinking, and wearing our masks at all times. Belated Happy Teachers' Day to everyone. I hope you got the chance to see the warm and lovely messages from all the KC learners yesterday. One thing that was very clear as I was watching and listening, I kept hearing a pattern. The words of devoted, dedicated, hardworking. Of course, there were many words like amazing and fabulous as well, which are very suitable, but it is interesting that the kids themselves and the parents very much appreciate how dedicated and hardworking the KC teachers are. It's really a fabulous group of teachers, and I'd like to personally echo the sentiments of the learners, and I know I speak for Sindhu and Valley as well when I say that we really appreciate all the hard work under very challenging circumstances for the past year and a half. So a belated Happy Teachers Day to all of you. A quick reminder that all employees must be vaccinated. This is not just a KC rule. It is also a rule that comes from the Tamil Nadu Ministry of Education. And a reminder, today between 10 and 11:15, we have a TOK exhibition. We're encouraging the teachers to appreciate the work of the students and to visit and interact with the students, but only those teachers who are fully vaccinated may be allowed to interact with the students. So for these 3 days, we have professional development, collaborative planning, and reflection. Today we're focusing on policies. Tomorrow we have many meetings, and then hopefully tomorrow you will get a chance to meet with your line manager. And then on Wednesday we're going to come back. Of course it'll be online again. Tomorrow and Wednesday are online. Today is in person. And on Wednesday we will share the policies. We're working on 10 policies at the time. So we don't really get much chance to talk about what is a school, but we really should think about this. All of us come from different schools. We've had many experiences, both as learners, as students, and also as teachers and as parents. We've all experienced different kinds of school. So what is a school? One definition I like is that a school is a community. It's a community with a shared set of values and agreed upon practices that is committing to educating its children. Another term that we hear a lot these days is a school is a professional learning organization, just the way a hospital is a professional medical organization. This analogy makes sense if you think about it. If you look inside a hospital, you see experts who are all committed to increasing the health and wellness of anybody who walks into the hospital. Just as in a school, you have experts who are committed to increasing and improving and providing an excellent education to every child who walks into the school. So if we are a community and a professional community with a set of shared values and agreed upon practices, we have to ask, what are those values? And it's very important that we come to sort of agreement about what they are. A great place to start, of course, is the KC High logo. As you can see, it represents a lot of what we value at KC High. It's student created, it's student centered, it's circle time, it's students sitting together. It was created by Priyanka, I think when she was 10 or 11 years old. I think she's about 25 or 26 now. She was the guest speaker at our first graduation. And when we look at the logo, we see that we're creating a wonderful learning environment. We are catalyzing, giving every student the opportunity to meet his or her maximum potential. We're caring. We care for each other, and we care for every learner that comes through the door. And especially these next few days, we're collaborating. We're working together. This is a very, very important part of our values and what we value as a school, teamwork. But of course, there's also the mission, the vision, the definition of learning, our beliefs and values. There are 14 there. I've only listed 4. It can be a lot. It can be overwhelming. You know, when you think about what I call our core documentation, but others call our guiding statements, you have not only the logo, the motto, the mission, the vision, 14 beliefs, 9 domains of a teacher's job, which are very important, at least 10 policies that we're working on now, and furthermore, we have the website, the founder's vision, the strategic plan, the school improvement plan. It goes on and on. It can be overwhelming, and I understand that, but it is important that we come together and agree on our shared beliefs and our agreed upon practices. So today, what we really want to focus on are school policies. And I think it's important for us to think about what exactly is a school policy, and at first, to correct a misconception. A school policy is not something that we do because we're being visited by the authorities or for the IB or for Cambridge. A school policy is something that we do for ourselves, for our parents, our teachers, and especially our learners. It's supposed to be practical. It's a matter for our school community. It resolves issues that we might disagree upon. Things like language choices or safety protocols, very important things. And it's also important to realize that a school policy is a living document. It needs to be constantly revised, edited. Policies. Okay? To look at these policies, to make sure they're clear, to comment on them, to contribute, to think about tricky examples, what might be confusing to teachers, to learners, to parents about this policy, who is in charge of this policy, is it ready to be published on the website? Over the next 72 hours, we're hoping to get these 10 policies widely disseminated through the school community, agreed upon, and published onto the website. I'll mention real quickly I hope that all of you have 2021-22 KC High everything into your My Drive, and that if you look there at KCH policies, you'll find everything that you need to see. Or if you look at CPRPD, which is Collaborative Planning and Reflection and Professional Development, you'll find today's schedule. I think that's about it for me. Sindhu, anything you want to add? I just want to say one more thing. You can find this document in there with all the assignments of who goes into which policy. And if I come back here again, and I come back to this folder, you will see here a copy of the teacher's appraisal. Tomorrow, we're really hoping that everybody gets a chance to meet with your line manager. And this year, we've set a goal to try to make the process of teacher performance appraisal more formative and less summative. Less about evaluating or grading teachers, and more about supporting teachers and helping them to become the best teacher they can be. And that involves developing a good rapport with your line manager, and you and your line manager taking charge of the process. Ideally, what we want is for all of our teachers to be reflective, to be goal-setting, to be using the same techniques to improve that we teach to our students, and to take charge of their own appraisal process. So you can find these documents up there as well. Please do try to make yourself familiar with the core documentation, the guiding statements of KC High over the next couple of days. Have a great few days. I see some students gathering, so that's exciting. Sindhu has one thing she would like to add. Yes? We can always go back and, I mean, I would suggest you make a copy and then you do all your comments there. And then we can go back and make the edits. And when you finally, there is a little instruction there, Sindhu. When the policy is in progress, it should be a Google Doc. A copy of a Google Doc is fine. When it's ready to be published on the website, it should be saved as a PDF into this folder. And that the PDF kind of suggests we're done editing it, but it also must have the names of the committee on it, okay? Okay, thanks a lot. Have a great few days, everybody. Thanks, Preet.